Hey, great Wednesday morning, everyone. Welcome. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery in with our 15 minutes of mastery. Hope you're doing well on this Thursday. We are talking today, episode number 301 of our 15 minutes of mastery, where we come in each and every day to get you some information, inspiration, and motivation to get your day started off right. And today we're talking building rapport and what it takes to build rapport, why it's important, and why a lot of housing consultants and community managers and just people that deal with clients potentially coming to look buying a home just skip it right from the beginning. So, as we do every day, we start with a quote. Today's quote comes from Tony Robbins, which says, "Rapport is the ability to enter someone else's world to make him feel that you understand him and that you have common ground." So, with that being said, why is building rapport so important within the manufactured home sales world? Well, I'm going to give you the short answer to it. There's a long sales cycle. Your clients do not come in today, decide to buy a home, and end up leaving with a home on that day. This is not the car business, and no offense to the car business. I sold cars years ago. What I'm talking about is just the fact that you need to carry on this sales cycle for quite a bit of time. Even if it's cash, you still have the time to get everything scheduled, to get home delivered, things of that nature. So it's still a couple of weeks worth of time, maybe a week at the minimum, that you have to keep on with this engagement that you have with your potential buyer. Now, most transactions, if they're being financed, especially if it's a land home transaction, and especially if it's an FHA transaction, it's going to take months. So you need to be able to build rapport from the beginning. This starts way before on that day they came to see you, when they came in to be able to purchase their home. Now, without building rapport, well, you're dead in the water. You're making this transactional, you're making it something that really is not of importance to you. So, of course, it's not going to be of importance to your buyer. And because of that, we want to make sure that you understand what this means. So, check this out. Okay. Here's the thing. A lot of folks think this is not important because you feel like you're pressed for time. You don't have the time to be able to get this done. You've got to be able to show them homes and try and get them to make a decision, and you just don't you think that if you invest that time up front, slow down, and actually just get to know your client, that's what it's going to do, is going to create a situation for you where they maybe start getting restless, they're uneasy about it, whatever it may be. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. If they show up at your door and they walk in and you sit them down and all you're doing is jumping right in the business, it's actually quite uncomfortable for them. And at the same time, you're not establishing any common ground, you're not establishing any sort of trust, any reliability in yourself and your knowledge. So good morning, ladies, how are you? Okay, so I didn't tell you we're live here in Tampa, Florida, ELS's office, where we're carrying on our immersion sales training program today, day 3 of that. So check it out. Like I was saying, when you don't take the time to build rapport and you jump right in the business, you're missing out on the opportunity to actually build and establish that common ground where these folks can see you as a person that truly cares and not just someone who is trying to take their money. Right. So as I was saying, a lot of housing consultants, a lot of folks that are dealing with clients think that if they take the time to do that, you're taking the customer's time. They're just wanting to get out to look at homes, and you feel that little rush going on. But I'm here to tell you, you're the only one feeling it. And when you don't slow down and you don't build that rapport, then what ends up happening is you miss the opportunity to truly establish yourself as the consultant. Now, a lot of times, some consultants will think that, well, the home will sell it. Once I get them in the home, they're going to love the home, and the home's going to sell itself. That the product's going to sell itself, and really it does. However, they're not buying from the home; they're buying from you. They're buying the home from you. And if you don't establish that common ground, if you don't establish yourself as the authority, if you don't establish the trust from them to you, it can become an issue, right? And that's why we want to make sure that you understand the actual reality of this, right? And so, you sales is a business relationship. It's something that it has to come together. It has to piece itself in a way that is going to actually make sense to your buyer. And the only way that they're going to be able to take your consideration, the only way they're going to be able to take your advice in this is if you establish that common ground, if you establish that trust on your behalf with them. So taking that time up front to be able to do that is crucial. So how do we do it, right? How can we do this? Because here's the way it should work. Somebody walks in the door, they get in, you greet them, you bring them into your office, and it's nothing about business. You should not be talking about business. You should not let them take you into a conversation of business, and you should not take them into a conversation of business. It should just be something getting to know each other. And the easiest way to be able to get this done is this, okay? This is the easiest way to be able to get it done. Ask them where they are from. As you're coming into the office or walking into the office, they're sitting down. The question is simply, so where are you from? When you ask that, you're opening up the opportunity for them to just speak to you about themselves. Okay. And that does so many things, which we're going to cover here. Okay. Here's the top reasons why you want to be able to get this done. First, we're starting off with the question that we mentioned, right? Which is, where are you from? And what that does, it avoids you talking business with that question. That's not anything that has to do with the house, has nothing to do with financing, has nothing to do with anything that has to do business. Because when you do that, it's automatically, the guard is up already. And so if you get right into business, you never get the opportunity to bring down their guard and actually have them listen to you and what you're trying to tell them and how you can best help them, right? So it helps establish that common ground, because here's the thing. Once you're talking about wherever they're from, even if they're not from where you're at, let's say you're in Tampa. I'm in Tampa right now. I sit with a customer. I ask them where they're from, and I'm not from Tampa. I'm from Texas. And what if they're not from Tampa and they're from Iowa? Well, it still allows me to find out about Iowa. It allows me to find out what brought them to Tampa. It allows me to find out what they love it. By asking that question, it allows for a conversation that has nothing to do with business, but at the same time, it allows for the customer to get comfortable with you because they're speaking about something that's familiar to them themselves, where they're from, their hometown, or maybe you're just talking, if they did move from Iowa to Tampa and you're just talking about Tampa. It just allows them to speak about something that has nothing to do about the house, what they're already nervous about. They're nervous that they're there. They're nervous about seeing the homes and whether or not they're going to actually qualify or what it's going to take for them to qualify. Or maybe they don't understand certain things about purchasing a home. So they're already nervous about that. And you jump right into it. You never calm their nerves. So when they get to talk about something they're familiar with, it helps them calm down. So that's why we go there. That's worked for me for years to be able to help establish that common ground. I get to know a little bit about them. They start talking about, if they've got children, they start talking about their children. They start bringing out pictures of the children, their pets, their hobbies, all of these things. And then we jump into business. And that's totally a different thing, right? But when you're doing that self, you're actually that buyer if you do this right. So the next time you have somebody that walks into your office, don't ask them in the lobby what brings them in, because you know why they're there. They're there to look at the house. And when you ask them that in the lobby, they're going to jump right into business right there. Well, we're here to see a house. We want to see this. We want to see that, whatever it is. And it doesn't give you the opportunity to establish that rapport. So greet them at the lobby, bring them to your office, sit them down. And as they're sitting down, ask them, where are you from? Don't even sit down. Ask them as you're on your way to your chair. Ask them where they're from. and watch what happens with that conversation. You guys take this information, run with it. And if there's anything we can do here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery to help you take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level, that's what we're here to do. Enjoy your Wednesday. Get out there, kick some butt. Like yesterday, we're going to get started with these lovely ladies right here. That's not a lady over there. And you guys have a great Wednesday. We'll be out soon, man. Can't wait to meet you.